Imagine making $1 million in less than a minute. No label, no Spotify, no Apple Music. Just one rapper, a laptop, and the blockchain. Tory Lanez dropped an album as an NFT, sold 1 million copies under a minute, and went platinum. So is this the future of the music business, or just another hype bubble waiting to pop? Let's break it down. In August 2021, Tory Lanez dropped an album called When It's Dark, but instead of uploading it to streaming platforms, he sold it as 1 million NFTs, priced at just $1 each.
Gone.
Nigga X about me, nigga X about me, nigga X about me, nigga X about me. I'm a hustler, I'm a hustler.
Yes, nigga. I'm a fucking million copies. I just went fucking platinum, nigga. I just sold the equivalent units. You gotta understand it. I just sold the equivalent units at $1. Sold 1 million copies flat, my nigga. That's platinum, and I sold 1 million copies, and I made $1 million in less than a fucking minute, my nigga. Y'all try to hold me back, you can't fucking stop me, my nigga. You can't stop me, bro. Look at this. I want all my fans to understand I'm not even excited for me. I'm excited for y'all niggas, bro. Y'all about to resell this shit and make so much fucking bread. All you niggas who bought 1,000, bought 40 of them shits, y'all about to make, yo.
About me, I'm a hustler,
Let's be real. Streaming payouts suck. Spotify pays like 0.003 to 0.005 per stream. You could have 1 million plays and still not cover rent. And labels, they just take a huge cut, sometimes 80% or more. Plus, they own the masters. That's where NFTs come in like the big shining savior. The promise is artists could sell music directly to fans and keep more money and actually own their own work.
7 of his songs as an NFT album, and he only sold it for $1. And how was he able to sell it for $1? The reason is because he removed the middleman. As Tory Lanez stated, "I've never sold this much music so fast. I guess when you cut the BS of the middleman, you become king." And when it comes to this story, we're focusing on NFTs and NFT music, but it's much bigger than that. This is blockchain. Blockchain, one of the key elements, is cutting out the middleman. When you cut out the middleman in anything, the creator gets to keep more of the profits, and they're able to sell whatever the product is at a cheaper cost. And when it comes to someone like Tory Lanez, I know what many of you are thinking. He's rich, he's a millionaire, who cares? And what I have to say on that topic is it doesn't matter if someone is worth $100 or $100 million. There is no person that enjoys having 20, 30, 40, 50% of their earnings taken away from them. And that's what happens to these creators when they go through these big time third parties. So he was able to offer this product very cheap to the audience. He made $1 million in under 1 minute. And not only did he give a cheaper product to the audience, he is giving them an opportunity to invest and actually monetize the creator. This is the first time we are seeing this in history. The way it was in the past for either an artist or a musician is that the artist would monetize the consumer. But now we are seeing that the consumer is able to monetize the creator. This is big.
It sold out less than a minute. That's $1 million in revenue instantly before the first song even hit on the radio. And the wild part, each NFT is an album sale, so it went platinum. Fans who bought it could also resell their NFTs for hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars. Some people flipped a $1 album into rent money. And Tory, well, he walked away owning his masters, keeping his revenue, and also controlling the distribution. Okay, so Tory's example is pretty cool, but how can you actually use NFTs as an artist? Here's the breakdown. Direct music sales. You could drop an album or a single as an NFT, maybe with a limited supply so it's collectible. Artists like Blau had made millions doing this.
About experimenting with technology, and REC and I had gone way back to 2017 days. I mean, there weren't that many musicians that were excited about this stuff back then. And we just started with experiments, and I teamed up with my art director. I basically put out some unreleased music with visual art attached to it, and it sold. And we were just mind blown by the fact that these scarce digital assets had value to people. And really, that emotional value of, owning an unreleased song, or at least being able to listen to and feeling like you have ownership of an unreleased song, really fascinated me.
Royalty sharing tokens. Platforms like royal.io let fans buy percentages of their future streaming royalties. This means that fans are literally invested in your success and have a reason to promote your music.
Take for
for example, like you have a song that you posted on Spotify or YouTube or anywhere, and you want to, you know, pay out all the money of the streams to multiple holders. Every NFT, let's say, could be 1%. So 100% of the royalties would mean you own every NFT. Let's take a simple example. Like, let's say that this money right here is $100, right? Like, it's $100, and let's just call that per month, right? So if you're making $100 per month from your song, and every time that this makes money, right, for the $100, it gets paid out to 100 NFT holders. So this is an example. $100 is easy. If 1% of $100 is $1, then if you own one NFT from the artist, then the artist will pay you $1 every single month. Let's say that. So if you had 2 NFTs or 3 NFTs, the artist could pay you out to your NFT a percentage of the royalty money.
Membership NFTs. Think like a VIP fan club. One NFT could actually give lifetime access to your shows, unreleased tracks, or even exclusive merch drops. You just gotta be creative.
Selling art. This can be their logo, album cover, or some other iconic art. The reason this will be the first phase is this is what the technology is already allowing to be done easily. If you notice, the artist Illmind, who's already made a ton of money off selling NFTs of his music, is only selling samples because no one has figured out how to sell songs yet, since musicians will need lawyers to make user agreements that stipulate that the buyer only owns the file of the song but does not control its use. Anyway, artists already have album art, t-shirt designs, concert photo prints, though those are a little bit complicated because the photographer has to be involved in the sale and they have to get royalties from it. But trust me, they're broke from no one going to shows right now and them not being able to photograph them, so they'll be psyched for the fucking money. And these will all get sold so fans can buy in and own a piece of the artist that mean the world to them. Now, some people are talking about selling trading cards for musicians, since that's already what's being done from the NBA. But if you watch that recent excellent documentary, Feels Good Man, you watch this totally lame bro walking around with a baseball card like NFT of Pepe the Frog, which sold for $320,000.
Ticket NFTs. These fight scalping, prove authenticity, and can even be collectible after the show. Imagine selling a ticket that becomes a piece of art after the concert's over.
Pretty amazing how NFTs are helping to resolve ticketing issues, and when we were off camera before, showing how the experience stays with you from the time you activate your ticket till after the concert, and then forever. You keep it forever.
Forever, yeah. I mean, traditionally ticketing has been a receipt, a barcode, it dies upon entry, whereas our tickets now, when they are scanned and you join an event, you suddenly begin the journey. It doesn't end. Now you're part of a community. Now you're getting ongoing rewards, perks, and you're actually being rewarded for being a fan.
But it makes perfect sense for the brand as well, because it's continued engagement, it's continued distribution. Fans tend to be loyal to their brands that are involved with what they find attractive, whether it's technology, whether it's a product itself, and it creates those social communities. And this is something that it's never happened before.
A lot of artists are doing this now. Daniel Allen, an indie artist, funded his whole album entirely through NFTs, making over $140,000 without a label deal. Now, before you start thinking NFTs are a magic money printer, there's a catch. The NFT market is volatile. Values can tank overnight, minting NFTs costs money, and if it doesn't sell, you could lose cash. Plus, not every platform enforces those promised royalties.
The world of NFTs is not without its legal challenges, and one prominent issue centers around the sale of unauthorized NFTs. This issue arises when individuals mint or sell NFTs for digital content they do not own the rights to. These unauthorized NFTs often feature copyrighted materials, such as artworks, music, or videos, without the creator's consent. Now, let's take a step back to January 22nd, 2020, where a legal battle unfolded between the renowned French luxury group Hermès and American artist Mason Rothschild bags and transformed them into digital tokens, naming them Meta Birkins. At their core, NFTs aim to create unique digital tokens, even with rampant plagiarism. Recently, OpenSea revealed that more than 80% of NFTs minted using its tool were fraudulent copies. This means there's a significant risk of unwittingly purchasing stolen replicas.
And let's be honest, scams are everywhere. Fake collections, rug pulls, bot buying hype, all of it makes this space risky. So yeah, NFTs have potential, but they're not a guaranteed bag. So here's the big question. Are NFTs and crypto actually the future of music? If artists keep building communities and offer real value beyond the digital file, and platforms fix the actual royalty enforcement, then yeah, this could be a viable option. But if it's all hype and quick flips, fans will walk away, and this just be another music industry fad. Tory Lanez proved you could go platinum without the label or the streaming platforms. The only question now is, who's next? Would you buy an NFT album if it gave you royalties, VIP perks, or lifetime access to your artist's music? I don't know, let's have a conversation in the comment section below. And next week, I'm exposing the real math behind the streaming royalties and why it's even lower than you think. Alright guys, like, subscribe, and comment. I'll catch you next time. And again, if y'all need music production or mixing and mastering, beats, all that good stuff, y'all know where to hit me up. Instagram below. Deuces.